5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. We're on to week 3 already.
Yes.
2-0. First place in the division. Right there with Philadelphia in the NFC.
Yeah, but the Packers look better than Philly.
Think so?
Yeah. But I would say this, though. I wouldn't... when you're finding ways to win, that's got to be a plus, I think. And that's what Philly has done.
Yeah.
It's not great, but anytime you can beat KC, and KC, that's a big deal, the Super Bowl rematch. But the two opponents that the Packers played, one of them was 15-2, the other one went to the NFC Championship game.
Right.
So something has to, I would say it like this. For people who say, are you excited? I say yes. And then people say, well, it's only 2 games. I said, well, okay, let's look at it this way. Right. What if they were 0-2? Would you have been upset? Oh, yeah. Well, why can't you be excited? So my thing is,
Sure.
If we're going to go 1 week at a time, great. But it's a lot of things. For the last 2 years, they were the youngest team in the league. So this year, I believe they are again. But the optics is different because it seemed like the last 2 years, they always figure out a way to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
But now, when it seemed like the Commanders scored and had some momentum, nope, 90-something-yard drive, put that away. And that's the difference, and that's why I feel good about where they're rated, one of the top teams.
You know, even when they scored to make it 17-10, you didn't get the feel that the game was out of hand or that Green Bay wasn't in control. It was a matter of, okay, you know, are they going to finish them now, or are they going to wait and make it a close game at the end? And then possibly put themselves in danger. But you kind of got the answer for that, like you just said. You know, they marched down and scored, and that just changed the whole game after that.
And I think most coaches, if you would ask them everything is not in a vacuum, but I'll say this, the whole complexion of your team changes, not only with Micah Parsons, who, stay tuned for excellent, we got a great way of his impact, but I just think the mentality of being young, and now these guys are a few years older now, but they understand the magnitude of, especially the first game with Detroit, that was just something. But to have a short week and play the Commanders, that's when having a young team helps. You know, although they've had some injuries with Reed, so he's going to be out for a while. And guys are pretty banged up. But, Tom, I cannot be more excited for this defense because I think this is the Halfley defense just makes me proud to say defense won a championship. Because you remember back in the day, I'm going to take you back, when they played Philadelphia in Brazil, and it was don't rush pretty much, just keep him in the pocket. We ain't doing that no more. Nah. You're going to send 56, 1, 52, 90, 95, 94. All these guys have a remarkable package. And even, it's almost like they're disappointed when teams get first downs. And they're holding each other accountable by being there for their brother when they run these games or these opportunities. And the last thing I'll say about this, last year, Keyshawn Nixon had like 7 breakups and a pick. He had 5 in one game.
5, yeah. Now,
that's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes.
It's a credit to him. I'm not taking away anything from him. But the whole game changes when you can rush the passer.
Oh, my, yes.
You know,
to your point, I was a scrub before Reggie White came here. Reggie White came in, Sean Jones, Gilbert Brown, Sentinel Johnson, Hall of Fame.
Right.
So you're correct. Keith McKenzie, I mean, George Kuntz, Brian Williams. I love my teammates, man. Before those guys used to come in, our dime package, me and Tyrone Williams used to talk about this all the time. If we ever get into dime on third down, our dime package was suffocating because we're saying he only got a few seconds.
Right.
He's only got a few seconds. So we would obviously get into coverages that benefited us. So you're so right. And even if they don't get there, the quarterback knows a possibility that they might.
Yeah.
And we used it to our advantage.
I'm seeing plays with Jaden Daniels where it's obvious he's just getting the ball out of his hands.
Yes.
And he's not waiting for that second window that they gave up last year too often.
That's true. Yeah.
And now you have the speed on defense to converge on guys when he does dump it off. You know, Javon Bullard had a terrific game. You know, he was all over the place.
Thank you for bringing him up. I'm so proud of him because when you're a high pick, as I was, like second round, first round, it doesn't matter. Sometimes they don't really know where to play you. And that kind of, I wouldn't say waste your rookie year, but I got to find my niche.
Right.
He was in phenomenal shape. He wanted the assignment, playing in the slot and safety. And he's not only one of the better tacklers, he's one of those guys out there that him and Evan Williams in the future with McKinney, they have a good rotation of guys that can play multiple positions in multiple packages.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. And again, you have to be proud of guys like that, you know, that wants the assignment to say, listen, next year will be the sophomore year for me to kind of break out.
Yep.
Because the rookie year, you know, you're really trying to find your way a little bit.
Sure. And he was bouncing around.
Yes.
Slot, safety.
Yes.
He was hurt a lot of the year.
Yes.
You know, his first game wasn't very good. He missed a bunch of tackles, but he came back like, you know, a hurricane in the second game.
Yes.
So that's always a good sign.
Absolutely.
You know, it almost makes me want to, or wish that I could have seen the defense without Micah Parsons for 2 games to see what that would have been like.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, could that have stood on its own, and is Micah Parsons just raising it, or is Micah Parsons the absolute difference, you know, between what they were last year and this year?
I think it's a great question. It's a huge improvement on the speed on this defense. Because now Lucas Van Ness, who we normally saw outside, he's on the inside now. You're looking at guys like, you know, 95, Wyatt, people saying, well, Kenny Clark is gone, what are they going to do? This guy's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
I think they would have beat those 2 teams, maybe without Micah Parsons, but it probably would have been maybe a struggle, but they could have won because the defense did something I never thought no defense could do, and that was hold these 2 running teams.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit and the Commanders, they like to run the ball.
Yeah.
That was a top 5 offense. They suffocated. I don't know if anybody can stop Gibbs. The guys, him and Montgomery together, they weren't even a factor. And again, I know they got rid of Brian Robinson Jr., they traded him to San Francisco, but they just suffocated the run. Jalen Daniels had 17 yards rushing.
They had 220 yards rushing against the Giants in their opener.
The Giants got a pretty decent defense. And, you know, and then they go up and give up 40-something to Dallas.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the thing about it is if they stop the run like that and make you pass, you're playing into the Packers' hands so far.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I don't know how long Parsons can play that hard. Like, he's on a mission right now.
Yes.
You can just see. He's willing himself to the quarterback and using every bit of strength he's got.
Yeah.
Maybe he does that all year long. Maybe that's who he really is. But it most certainly is opening up stuff for other people. Like you said, you're seeing Wyatt. You're seeing Van Ness all of a sudden have it.
I met Van Ness's mom before the game.
Oh, yeah.
She's a very amazing, because I'm a mama's boy, so she's an amazing mom. But I tell her I was proud of her son, because sometimes when you don't get the headline or you add somebody, oh, they're going to phase me out. That's not true. He's a big part of what they have to do. But sometimes when a coach comes to you, as Ray Rose did to me, we got to move you to safety. Fine. So we got to move you inside. And he's going to get a lot of pressure inside because he's going to get one-on-one with a guard that he's faster than.
Yeah, and
I'm excited for that.
He is immensely strong, too.
Yes.
He is really, really strong.
And he got that long
He's got
arms,
those long
man.
arms.
Yes.
It'll be interesting because he'll get some outside rushes because
Yes.
Micah Parsons is
Yes.
going to go inside.
Yes.
But you're starting to see them. They bring McKinney down as like a sixth or seventh defensive lineman, all to set up, and we'll show it on X's O's,
Yes.
to try
Yeah.
to get Micah Parsons or someone,
Yes.
or Sean Gary or Wyatt, some one-on-ones. Really, all you got to do with Parsons is get two guys on him, and then you're okay. Not for the offense, I mean for the defense. Because if he's only got two guys on him, he's pretty good.
And we shown him beating double team because the motor.
Right.
His motor is
Right.
tremendous. But then you bring in Barry and in Brooks, you just got a great rotation of almost 8 to 9 deep. Not even using the linebackers yet. I mean, because I really think 56 is going to be all pro. Cooper reminds me of Luke Kuechly. If you've ever seen a guy that just going, and I think Luke Kuechly is a Hall of Famer, but going downhill, and I think he makes number 7 a lot better because it takes a little bit off of his plate. Quay Walker had a lot on his plate, but now those guys complement each other. It's just tremendous to see.
And I see Cooper now, instead of just being there, I see him moving linemen. You see him making calls with McKinney. I mean, Walker's still running the defense and making those calls, but Cooper is finding his place within the defense. So that's impressive.
And this is what Hafley has always said since he got here. He just needed a few more toys to play with. Obviously, number one helps, but I just think when you bring in new staff, you look at it a little bit different. Maybe we should change up these packages a little bit and put our players in positions that they want to be in and what we think that's best for them. Because, again, you're going against each week these playoff teams, and then you play somebody like Detroit and Dallas that didn't make the playoffs. Same intensity. Otherwise, you're one of those teams that's inconsistent. So you got to play with the same level with a team like Cleveland, in Cleveland, which I think they're going to have like 85th anniversary of the Dog Pound or something. So it's going to be a lot going on with that. And because Mike Honger used to say, don't be reading your own clippings, and next thing you get upset. These guys are young enough not even to let stuff like that bother them because they have a head coach that keeps them accountable.
Yeah, and so let's flip to the offense where it hasn't been dominant by any stretch of the imagination. It looks like they're still kind of finding, who's going to do what and what, that first game, the protection was outstanding, and then they lose Aaron Banks and Zach Tom, and all of a sudden you got Jordan Morgan moving over to left guard, and you got Anthony Belton and Darian Kennard sharing right tackle. So it's a little different. I thought they hung in there against Washington, but they got to get the run game going one way or another.
And the thing about Josh Jacobs, fantasy alert, by the way, on my fantasy team. He's just so unselfish. He'll block under pass protection, and he just kind of wears you down. He had 23 carries. He's going to be a high-volume guy because you got to get the play action together. And as soon as Jordan hit my nephew, Matthew Golden, on one of those 80 or 75-yard bombs, people are going to say, whoa, this offense has never done that, especially with Watson being out.
Right.
When Watson get back, oh man, play action, you got two guys going deep. But now I don't know if Hartman will be the guy that they'll take Reed's place, because you need a move guy now. Now you could put Matthew Golden in the slot, make him your move guy, but that takes away your downfield threat. So they'll figure that part out.
Yeah, that's a good question. They can use Wicks in that way.
Yes.
He can do that.
Yeah, Wicks is a good move guy. That's good. Yep.
I think this is an opportunity for Savion Williams to get involved.
What do you think about the Wildcat, just for one play?
That was interesting. I didn't see
He would
that
have scored
coming.
if he don't. He's so big and fast.
Yeah. He just got to get his feet under him. He slipped on that one, making a cut. He just got to calm down.
Yes.
But he runs with abandon, and he's a big man. The thing that I think is something they're going to miss with Jaden Reed is that he can beat guys one-on-one.
Especially on the slot, man.
Yeah. And
man.
I don't know that they got very many guys who have one-on-one ability. They got a lot of zone guys. And,
we'll show that action.
Golden has got to be that man guy.
Yes.
Because he can outrun everybody, right?
He has to get more than 2 targets, though. He needs to average 5 to 7 targets a game. And you only need hit one of them deep, then everybody in the league will say, oh, boy, now we really got to back up. And now you can just let Tucker Kraft do his thing.
Yeah.
Now, that's one guy I'm so proud of, quickly, Bill, because he does it all. And he's the guy that you need to really want that smoke. When you got a tight end in the red zone or anywhere that catches the ball and can separate, he's going to get a lot of one-on-ones with safeties and linebackers. So he can always make it open up, too. But I do like the playbook so far.
Okay.
And that takes me to my prediction. I always said this: if the Packers score 30 points, they're the most dangerous team in the entire league. But they have a grown man on their side named Myles Garrett.
Yeah. And a lot of other pretty darn good players.
Their defense, Denzel Ward and those guys, they're pretty good. They got a pretty good defense.
The safety's pretty good. They
got
the
a
kid
team.
Greg Newsome, the corner.
They got a lot of top picks.
They drafted a Mason Taylor in the middle. They got a good defense.
Yes. So you got to, we'll show X and O's how you confuse defense like that by moving guys. But I'm going to say the Packers win 30 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 to 20. Because if you hold anybody,
Flacco, huh?
Flacco's one of the best deep ball throwers in the world.
Yeah, he is.
So that's
if
what.
he can get the ball off. Yeah. We'll see.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Who you want to thank, Rick?
Well, I want everybody. I'm at the 2-1 at Pick and Save. I would thank Pick and Save, but you can go to Pick and Save and it's in the state of Wisconsin. Pick and Save at Metro Market. They have the Tostitos chips bag. Has the G on it. And those are the chips I'll be using for my recipe. Okay. So I hope everybody been checking out the commercial about tradition. The best part about tradition, obviously, is the Leap and Tostitos chips. So I'm very excited to do that promo. And again, while you're at Pick and Save, ask them for Leap Vodka. Matter of fact, anywhere in the state, ask them, do you have LeRoy Butler's Leap Vodka and Leap Lemonade? I did that with Robin Yount. And the very last one is visit Milwaukee.org. We have something on there called Ask LeRoy. Ask me anything about the city of Milwaukee. When you come in to visit, I'll be able to help you. And to all the businesses, please join visit Milwaukee.org. It can really help your business.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We will see you after the Cleveland game. Have a good week, and don't forget to check out X's and O's.
I'll check it out. Bye.